like what happened, like, there are 10 number of programs continuously being organized. Take for example, in conducting seminars, conferences, workshops. Also, like, in the last week, I was having a word with the program coordinator, uh, Kund, that with the uh, like, after having a special word with the director, Deepankan Sri Nyan, like, we are having few more initiatives in the pipeline, like student collaboration, research, collaborative research, collaborative projects. So there are so many initiatives on the pipeline, like, after signing an MOU, that we want to come out with a few more programs as well. So these are very limited. I can go on, like, the number of conferences, the text lectures, this seminar series, all that happened this 1 year. I know for sure I'm tasking my fellow colleagues so much. Hardly we know breathe, and my students. Yesterday, this lovely arrangement made possible. Sorry on behalf of all the members present over here. I know that I'm tasking my students so much, I'm tasking my faculty members so much, but end of the day, uh, any learning is a great ideology that we all carry, and I'm happy that, in spite of all the tasks, I give, that you're coming out with, you're traveling with me. Really happy, and I'm really honored by the presence of ma'am, Dr. Lata ma'am. Traveling such a long distance is not that easy in spite of the busy schedule that she's got. And father is here, and I'm really honored by Dr. Monopol as well, like, traveling long journey these days with traffic and all, like, I come over here, really honored, sir, by your presence, honored man by your presence here. And I do not know how to, I'm not thanking, like, then I don't know words might fail, like, there are challenges whenever you want to talk about persons, my colleagues. I'm really happy the way by which, they are collaborating with me, all my students, research scholars. No words. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you, sir. It is my esteemed pleasure to invite Sri Deepankar Srinya, the Director, GSDS, to deliver the special address. Now, to let us in detail about GSDS, the establishments, its functions, and to tell us about the importance of nonviolence and peace linguistics, we have the most eminent Dr. Veda Vyas, Program Officer, GSDS, to deliver the theme address.
Sir? Veda sir, can you hear us?
1 minute. Bottle. அது adjust பண்ண முடியாதா? Input வாங்கிக்கலாம். Input அந்த மைக்ல தான்.
Yes, sir. So, could you please turn up?
Respected teachers, my dear friend, all the others who are participating in this. It's really a tremendous time for all of us. We are prepared into an all manner of education. And really, on behalf of those students, we obliged that the university has started as a certificate course on this. And it is the first university which has started as a certificate course on the trade basis. So I'm sure that in future we will run in more courses. Recently, I had a meeting in Indian University Association, and then I said that we have entered into an agreement kind of thing that is MOU with the university for this course. They were so much overwhelmed that they straight away said that this course would be replicated in another university also, and they are ready to do that. Another participation which we are having with you, that we have recently sanctioned one
Nagaraj, and our director. Let me share with you this very, very apt quote of Mahatma Gandhi here. Let us be clear regarding the language we use and the thoughts we nurture. For what is language but the expression of thought? Let your thought be accurate and truthful, and you will hasten the advent of Swaraj, even if the whole world is against you. That's a very, very apt quote of Mahatma Gandhi in the context of this seminar on peace linguistics that we are trying to do. You see, the language that we use is very important as it can be both a source of conflict and the healing of the relationship. In the environment of peace, language can be used to bridge differences, emotional bridge building, and end hostilities and collaboration. On the other side, during the conflict situation, we have seen how language can be used in a very negative way as a tool of vicious propaganda and indoctrination. In fact, inept use of language, whether it is intentional or it is unintentional, it can result in chaos, in resentment, and misunderstanding, and can even lead to violence. Language, as we know, is very, very powerful, and it can shape our perception and our behavior. We all know that language has a very, very important landmark development, an important development in the evolution of our Homo sapiens. Also, it is our ability to communicate and construct that we collectively believe that we have been able to, erect a very complex societal structure and a foundation of, foundations which are based on these words and languages. It is in this context, linguistics is an extremely important pillar of communication for human beings. So the one that distinguishes us from other species and has significantly impacted the evolution of our minds, bodies, conscience, our societal and cultural structures. Language has been used, you can say, in a both fashion as a confusing, in a deceptive manner, in situations around the globe, the negative users. Words have always been at the forefront of our persuasive efforts, defining our cultural values and personal identities, and shaping the way we understand different actions. If you all remember the negative effect of use of language, it always reminds us of the Rwanda genocide of 1994, when the role of Radio Rwanda and the radio television minutes or latest in spreading this hate propaganda. Similarly, if you remember the International Criminal Tribunal of former Yugoslavia, it recognized the role of false propaganda in the Srebrenica genocide of 1995. In fact, concerned that the rise of use of hate speech and hate narratives, there is been a situation when the United Nations in 2019 launched a UN strategy and plan of action to combat hate speech in 2019. And this was in line with the rise of toxic discourses in different societies across the world. In fact, in the theme of the conference, we are talking about peace linguistics, and it has such an important role in today's world, and language, as we see, can be used in a very negative way. Also, here it reminds me of that very interesting essay that I read once about a few years back by the well-known Brazilian linguist Gomes de Matos in 2005. In fact, the whole idea of this conference came to me when I was reading this whole essay by Gomes. And in fact, he has been a person who has actually introduced this parlance of peace linguistics. And according to Matos, when you read the essay, peace linguistics is characterized as an interdisciplinary approach aimed at helping the educational system create conditions for the preparation of human beings as peaceful language users. Peace linguistics, according to Gomes, is based on two convictions. Life can be communicatively improved when language use is thought of and implemented as a peace-building force, and life can be communicatively improved when language users are educated to learn to use languages peacefully for the good of persons, groups, and humankind. I'm sure from this 2 days conference, we will be able to highlight, we will be able to flag off so many different aspects of peace linguistics and how it can be actually used in practical, the practical application of peace linguistics. There is not really much work that has been done in India on peace linguistics that I'm sure with this conference can be an important, trendsetter to promote discourses on the use of peace linguistics and its applications in our daily lives and the use of construction of messages, so on and so forth. I'm sure it is going to be a wonderful 2-day session, and I really look forward to some simulating, paper presentations and compilation after that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. That was the Program Officer for Landesmriti and Darshan Samiti, Dr. Vedavyas Kundu. Thank you so much for joining online, sir, and for sharing your views. Thank you so much, sir.
I'm profoundly overwhelmed to take the opportunity to introduce the guest of honor. Is none other than Dr. Mani Paul, the director of eTalk and an inspiration speaker. We welcome you, sir, to give the guest of honor address.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Kalidas sir, HOD, Nagaraj sir, Lada ma'am from Cochin, HOD, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, and my friendly delegates who have come today. I'm not going to speak much right now because immediately after this break, I'm going to start my session. Okay. So we need to save time right now. And I wish this particular program all success from my end. Okay. But I'd like to just tell you a few things. I don't teach English, but I am a trainer on communication skills. I train people how to be an effective communicator. Effectiveness is different and just communicating is different. When you communicate, people can hear you, but effective communicators have an ability to reach the hearts of the people. And the people who can reach the hearts of the people can create an impact and create changes in the world. So it's very important that along with learning a language, you should also know how to use the power of communication to reach the heart of your students, your colleagues, your friends across, and especially for a movement like peace. So linguistics and peace is a main subject today. And I will cover my area called effective communication skills immediately after this tea break. And I wish this program all the success, the 2-day seminar, all the success. And I really appreciate all the people who've been working behind this. And I especially thank my friend Ashita for inviting me. And she took a lot of pain in finding me and locating me and inviting me. Thank you very much, all the best.
Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, with immense joy, I extend my warm welcome to Professor Dr. R. Lata Nair, Professor and Head Department of English, St. Teresa's College, Ernakulam, to deliver the felicitation.
Good morning, all. I'll also make it very short. My pranams to Dibankarji and my very dear friend Vedavyas Gundu, whom I thought I'll be meeting today in this campus. I really missed meeting you, Vedaji, and I hope to see you in Delhi soon. And I'm so happy that a seed sown with so much of love is now getting ready to be a big tree full of life, and that tree is going to offer shade to many people who need it desperately. I have only one thing to tell you, and that is peace is not what we think. Peace is an elusive concept. And as students and faculty members who are here, I would rather say in 32 years of my experience, I've traveled widely and I've found educational spaces are those spaces where a lot of violence happens with regard to communication. and students, not only students, women, students, the hierarchical positioning of people endure a lot of verbal communication, violence in communication silently. This happens because we have disengaged ourselves from our roots, our culture. And today, I'll be speaking about the hymns of peace. If you go back to Vedas, if you go back to all the scriptures that are there, you will find them singing to you, telling you about the beauty of experiencing inner peace and perfecting the skills of your heart. Intelligence of the heart is something that makes you a phenomenal person. There is so much of joy that you experience when you offer resistance through silence. And that is why we call Gandhiji our Bapu Mahatma, because he knew that you need to have a lot of practice and perseverance to interiorize the very concept of ahimsa, which is the essence of Vedas. Asatoma Satgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityoma Amritam Gamaya. And these are Vedic hymns which we chant very lightly. Actually, it speaks only one thing. Let us move away from the darkness of ignorance and move towards light. And I'm very happy that I was able to connect Vedaji. Most of you do not know him as a person, but with a few interaction I knew he lives and breathes the spirit of Bapu. And people like that will be able to change academic institutions, the interactive spaces will help you to move from pressing your panic button and ventilate yourself. It's a moment of pride for me as I stand here before you, because Dr. Nagaraj and Dr. Ashita are like my own. I do not know how much I owe them in my academic career. Ashita has some, I think it's been a long journey for us. She has been I don't know what she is to me. She's like my daughter, would be less. She is my daughter, and Nagaraj is also my own. I don't feel like my brother, but he's also like my son. There is nothing that stops me in offering them support, and this I count as one of the greatest blessings. Let us practice ahimsa in our communication, and I tell you, there is so much of power when it comes to be very peaceful in communicating. It moves mountains. It makes the impossible possible. And I wish you all well. Let us be crusaders of ahimsa and non-violence in communication. Have a great day. Looking forward to meeting you this afternoon. I'm signing off. This is Dr. Lata from St. Teresa's College. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable words. As we are heading towards the end of the inaugural session, I most humbly request Dr. B. Padmanabhan, Assistant Professor, Department of English, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you. Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, participants, students and scholars. Good morning to one and all. Since we began the session in a wonderful manner, we are at the end of this inaugural session. I deem it my privilege to extend our sincere gratitude to all the people who made this conference possible. First, I wish to extend our sincere gratitude to our Honorable Vice Chancellor
for the support that he is rendering and the guidance he is offering in helping us to choose the right trajectory in achieving academic excellence. I thank Honorable Vice Chancellor for all his support. I thank Sri Deepanka Sri Gyan, the Director of Gandhi Smriti and Darshan Smriti, for their collaboration and their assistance in organizing this wonderful conference, which is the necessity of the times. I thank Sri Deepanka Sri Gyan sir for his assistance and for a wonderful special address that he has delivered. I thank on behalf of all the faculty members and students of the Department of English, Dr. Ved Vyas Gundu, the Program Officer of Gandhi Smriti and Darshan Smriti, for his kind support and assistance and his encouraging words and the theme address that he has delivered. And our sincere thanks to the Ministry of Culture for their support. I thank the Mr. Alappa Ramappa Patil, the practicing Gandhian here with us for his presence. I thank the guest of honor, Dr. Mani Paul, the inspirational speaker, for his presence and his words of inspiration that we are going to listen. Thank you, sir. It is with immense pleasure I express our sincere gratitude to Professor Lata Nair, Professor and Head, Department of English, St. Teresa's College, for all her support during from the inception of this department and even now that she is supporting the department in all possible ways, and her help in designing the curriculum or in organizing events is immense. On behalf of all members of the faculty and students and scholars, I express my sincere gratitude to you, ma'am. Thank you. And it is with immense pleasure I express my gratitude to our Professor and Head, Dr. P. Nagaraj, for providing us a congenial academic ambience which helps us in growing the department or in contributing the department immensely. Thank you, sir. I thank Dr. Ashita Varghese for taking initiatives in organizing programs like this. So we had so many other programs also. It is very much significant to have conferences and dialogues and events like this, which give the students and scholars the much needed exposure to the competitive environment that is prevailing outside. I thank Ashita for organizing this. I thank my colleagues, Dr. David Artugraj, Dr. Vinod Kumar, and Dr. Kasirajan, for the wonderful support that they are rendering to this department. I thank our office staff for their relentless work and their contribution in the growth of the department. And it is our sincere duty to thank our mentor professors who have provided the department a significant knowledge ecosystem and a new kind of classroom interaction with their vast knowledge and experience. They have brought in a very rigorous academic ambience to the department. Thank you, professors, for your presence and helping us in all these things. And our thanks to the participants. It is because of you all the conference is going to be a successful one. I thank all the participants for showing interest in the event and sending your abstracts and your presentations. Thank you, all the participants. And I thank all the students and scholars, as often quoted by our HOD, our faculty members. It is because of you that we succeed. And I thank all your efforts We all know that you're all struggling, you're all working hard. For the past 1 week, we had the big events. Even though you have made this also possible. I thank all the students and scholars of the department for their untiring work. Thank you. And I thank Balwana for making all this arrangement. I thank one and all for your presence. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I request everyone to disperse for the tea break. And yeah, so plenary session 1 will begin after 15 minutes at Bharati Hall. I repeat, here, sorry. Yeah, so plenary session 1 will begin after 15 minutes here. So please come back after the break.
Car parking. Okay, okay. Now it's a tea break. So you come for the tea break, have your snack, and after that we'll come back to the chat.
മധു സാറിന് കോഫി മറ്റേ ആ സെർവ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഇവരെവിടെ ഗസ്റ്റ്
எப்போ நம்ம நம்பருக்கு ஒரு நம்பர் ஏன் இங்க வருவீங்க சிப்கார்ட் நம்பர் சொல்லிட்டீங்களா நம்பர் போட்டுருக்கா இன்னைக்கு ஆக்டிவ் ஆயிடுறாங்க
Somewhere or the other, people.
I was looking at your face from the diet. Very expressive.
நீ போங்க சார்ஜ்ல போ இங்க இல்ல அங்க வெளியே வெளியே யா 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 bring. കഴിഞ്ഞു പേരെന്താ എവിടെയാണ് ഫാമിലി എവിടെയാണ് എന്റെ വീട്ടിൽ അശ്വത അല്ല അശ്വത ഞങ്ങളത് ചായ കുടിച്ചിട്ട്
Hand mic here. இது போல் பரவாயில்லைங்க ரொம்ப நேரம் இது பார்க்கக்கூடாது சுவிட்சுக்கு அடிக்கிறது அது ஏன்னா நான் ஸ்மெல் ஸ்மெல் எல்லாம் வருங்க 2 நாள் நாட் ஃபைன் அதனாலே இன்னும் கம்ப்யூட்டர் ஒரு ஹெல்த்
But I think I can do the other arts block. Yes, I do this.
Give me a page. Live streaming. Who's MC now? Who's MC now?
Yes, Nityananda from first. What do you need, sir?
Laptop building.
PUI என்னோட இப்போ நான் என்ன பண்ணணும் ஒண்ணுமே பண்ண வரேன்.